Hi everyone, I am Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty, and today I wanted to show you these sweet tulip cards. This was, actually it was a card designed, I found it online by Amy Konders. I apologize if I pronounced that incorrectly. And this is a card that we made for club this month. So as you can see, it can be a nice Easter card, or you can just leave it blank. And I just put a single tulip on the inside so it can be an anything card. So I just want to show the club how you put, or and everyone else, how to put these tulips together and how to put the cards together. So first, let me just show you where these tulips came from. So I found them in the January through June 2020 mini catalog. And they're here on page 16. So this is the stamp set. So these are the tulips I stamped on the inside. And you can see that the dies do the cutouts. And this tulip, hopefully you can see, used 3 different colors. So it gives a nice dimension. On this one I used 2 colors, but still solid on the tulips. But you can even do the different pieces, different colors. And so some more tulips. So I just wanted to show you where that came from. And then these are the dies. There's lots of tulip pieces, and again I'll show you how to put them together in leaves and stems. And then this is the piece I'll show you that we made the holes, and I just love this die of all the tulips, so you get a nice kind of little meadow of them. But that stuff I've already done. All right, so for my club people, you're going to get your little envelope with all your stuff in it. And then again, if you're just watching, just see how to put them together. You're going to get these tulip pieces. So they look kind of weird at first, but then they come together pretty easily. So you're going to get 3, move these over, 3 kind of funky pieces, I was calling them. And they are, it might be hard to see on camera. There is definitely a right and a wrong side. So there's some bumps, so it's almost a very faint embossing to give a little texture on one side. So that's the side you're going to want to be on the right side. And then you're going to get 3, there's 3 different dies, but they're all the same piece, which makes it easy when you're cutting out. And it made it easy to cut out all the solid color. And then you get this kind of V-shaped. So those are the tulip pieces. And then I cut out 3 stems, 1 for each, and I cut out 3 leaves. So you either have 2 big ones and 1 little one, or 2 little ones and 1 big one. And it doesn't matter what you have. And then I already embossed with that brick mortar. I think that's what it's called. The bricks embossing folder, because I thought it needed some sort of texture. The one I copied from had a different texture on it, but I liked the brick on it. And then just to show you what I did here, I used my rectangle stitch die. You could just cut a rectangle. You don't have the dies. And then I used that die piece. I actually used, when I did it, I kind of put them together so I know they'd be straight, and I put washi tape down, so I did those 2 together. And then I had to do, I had turned it around and did the second side. All right, so that's all the cutting. Let me just get rid of these little pieces here. That's my poker tool. I use quite a lot for that. Okay, so that's good. It just gives us a nice interest. And then you can even use those for confetti or a shaker card or something. All right, so how you put these tulips together, these all fold. So there's like a hinge, and there is a very faint score line. So this one just folds in half. These 2, there's 1 hinge on this side, 1 hinge on this side. So it goes like that. And the same thing, there's 2 hinges on this one and this one. So there is some embossed on the back side of it that kind of gets lost, but when you flip it over, you get a little bit of the texture on the front. And I'm actually just going to do this on my mat here, just in case I get glue. Now, when I first put them together, I don't know if one of these had it, I used too much glue. So we're going to use very little glue. So I'm going to use the one that looks like this. Looks like that. I'm going to put a little dab of glue. Then I'm going to put that V one right in here like that. And then there's one of these each is going to go with one of these. So I'm going to just pick one. Just going to put a little dab of glue. I'm just going to put it on top. And you can kind of fussy with it. I wasn't being so fussy because as long as you get the bumps of the tulips. So you can either put like a glue dot on the side and close it. I actually don't like closing them all the way because if they're open somewhat, it gives you a little bit of texture. So I'm going to put a little glue here. And actually I'm going to put a little glue, just a tiny, that might even be too much. Yep, see, look at how it comes out. And I'm just going to hold it for a second. I'll wipe that off carefully. I just don't want you to see my glue. So you can see it doesn't use that much. All right, so I'll put that one aside. And then these two, same thing. I'm just going to put a little in the middle. And that's just going to get closed over. So I'm going to put a little there and close that over. So I didn't even put any glue on this one. That's just going to stick up a little bit, but it's attached on the bottom. And then this one, I always do it upside down. So it looks like this, but really it goes this way. So that kind of big rounded part is the bottom. So it's like almost like a closed bud of a tulip. Not opened yet. So I'm going to stick that in there. And then again, it's just a tiny bit. So I'm going to put a little here, hold that, and then just a little bit, almost like on the seam or the fold, and hold that over. And just hold it closed for a minute. So at first, when you look at the dies, it's like, what do I do with these? But they're really not that hard. I think it's the gluing part. You just have to be careful with. Okay. So those are my tulips. So now we're kind of ready to put together. I'm going to put it together on here first. Oh, actually, before I do that, so you can decide if you wanted just a bouquet or if you wanted a bouquet with Happy Easter. So I'll just show you. This is actually an old Happy Easter stamp. I'm sure you have something. I gave you a circle and you can stamp whatever you want in it. This is Poppy Parade. All right, so and the reason why you're gonna kind of factor where you want that in when you put your bouquet together. All right, I have found the easiest way to do these is with glue dots. So what I did is, so all your stems, it's all this, it's just one die I cut 3 times, so they all the same, but you don't want them all to go in the same direction. So 2 are going to go in one direction, 1's going to go in the opposite. So I'm going to take a glue dot and stick it on the end of my stem and just stick a tulip on there. And I'm going to do that for all 3. And if you want one of the stems to be a little shorter, just stick it further, your tulip down further. That might not have been enough glue. Okay, so then you have your little bouquet, and you can kind of figure out how you want to arrange it. So again, we're going to have a bigger card behind here. I think I might do it like this. Each one of mine is different. So kind of like that. So you can use either dimensionals on the back of your tulips. You can put them directly on the back. Probably should have done that. Before you put them down, you can actually, let's do that. Kind of doing a hybrid here. I put the dimensionals on the back of my tulips. Take the sticky, or take the backing off. Then you can make your bouquet. And then you can place it down. And then your stems still move. So you can move your stems wherever you want them. Okay, I was just trying to decide if I wanted to pop that up or not, and I think I will. It's a lot of customization. So no two bouquets are really the same. Okay. So now I have an idea of where to put my leaves. So now I'm just going to kind of slide the leaves in. Just kind of play with them a little bit. You can have them go in front of or behind the stems. And I still have to put some sort of adhesive behind them. I just wanted to get an idea of where I wanted them. Okay, I think that's good. So actually I'm just going to lift them up a little bit and put some glue where they are. Trying to get that leaf behind the words. Okay. Again, I didn't want the leaves to all go in the same direction. Okay, so I can even put a little glue. I'm going to put a bow on top of that so you won't see it. Okay, so now we'll just put this on top of here, and I'm going to use dimensionals because I think that would be the easiest. I'm just not going to block the holes. So I think I'll do one in the middle too. Okay. And I'll just center that on the card front. And then we just need, this is the, I think it's called the window, does it have the name on here? Window pane check ribbon. It's really pretty. So I'm just going to, the card that I copied from, she actually, I couldn't figure out how she did it. She actually wrapped the ribbon around the bouquet, and I loved that look, but I couldn't figure out how to get those all together to wrap it. So this is kind of a faux bow. So it's really just a knot. And we're just going to put that on top like that with a glue dot. So it gives the appearance of them wrapped around, but it's really, I'm going to put 2 glue dots on there because it's a little bumpy. And just stick that right on there. And there you go. So again, there's one with no words and there's one with words. So you have choices. And then what I did, I'll just do it quickly. I stamped a tulip on the inside. And I used that tulip set that I showed you. And I just stamped my stem. I actually did it a little bit off the paper. And this is Granny Apple Green in my leaf, like that. And then I'm using Calypso Coral and Poppy Parade. I did want 2 colors. So when you, this is a great set because it's 2-step stamping, which means 2 stamps kind of work on top of each other. You can see right through it, so I know I'm going to touch my stem to my flower bud, which is really nice because of photopolymer. And so that just goes right on top of that, and then you have a nice tulip bud. And I'll write a nice little message on the inside. All right, so that is what I wanted to show you. Again, that one I did in purple. It's the same, of putting some of your buds together. And again, I did all the same colors, but you can certainly use multicolors. Thank you very much for watching. If you are watching for club, thank you for being part of club. If you're new to me, again, my name is Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty. You can find all of my links, social media links, blog, and all that stuff at mailsomethingpretty.com/links. So again, thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.